Morning everyone. Looking for the results show this morning, and there's some scorecards not on so far, but it's well gone past 11 o'clock, so we're going to carry on without them. There's 4 in total, 1 in the Palace Shield and 3 for the Westmoreland League, so some of the individual performances might not be recorded here, but we'll just have to do the best we can. So wins in the Northern League for Netherfield, Blackpool, Longridge, Kendal and St Anne's. They had a good win over Garstang. The game between Morecambe and Leyland was a draw, 12-5 the points went there. The game of the day, I had Fleetwood against Blackpool. Disappointing really. That was 9v3. Comfortable win for Blackpool. Efficient performance. They've cemented their position at the top of the table. Matthew Grindley 5 for 21. There's nothing else really to see here. So let's move on, shall we? That was a disappointing game. That Palace Shield wins for Barrow, Croston, Penwortham, Kirkham and Wesham, Preston and Penrith. And it's a Penrith scorecard that's missing in the Palace Shield. Game of the day, I had Barrow against Great Eccleston. That was 6v4. Again, efficient bowling performance from Barrow to keep Great Eccleston down to 177 for 6. Then at 40 for 2 in reply, could have gone either way, but Greg Reynolds with 72, Jack Singleton with 61, both not out, steered Barrow to a comfortable victory really. Unbeaten partnership of 140. So that's good from them. In the Westmoreland League, 3 scorecards missing here, quite disappointing really. There were wins for Arnside, Trimple, Carnforth and Shires Head. A draw for Heysham against Millthorpe, that was 8-2 in favour of Heysham, and a draw for Wharton against Bear, that was 7-1 in favour of Wharton. Scorecards from the Arnside, the Heysham and Wharton games aren't recorded yet, although the results are, so we can't go into the individual performances there. Game of the day, Carnforth v Westgate. That was 4v1, and that was promising to be a good game. Westgate won the toss and asked Carnforth to bat, and a bad day at the office for Westgate really in the end. They had bowled really tidy early on, and they retained the grip of the game for a lot of the Carnforth innings. Chris Parry 51 and Adam Hornby was 48.5 for Carnforth, and it just got a little bit away from Westgate at the end. And their main contributors with a bat never got going in reply. Archie Rich 4 for 36 early on for Carnforth, and then Alex Benson tied it up 3 for 1 at the end, and that was so that was a little bit of a disappointing day because I thought it might be tighter than that. Should we have a look at the performances then for in each league? In the Northern League, Shrikant Monday for Netherfield against Chorley 815, and Charlie Swarbrick for Morecambe against Leyland 801, and then in reply, our old friend Salih Saman, he was sub-pro for Leyland. He's played around the leagues, played in the Cumbria League at Carlisle. I think he's played for Netherfield. He might have played for Kendal. 805 not out for Leyland in reply against Morecambe. But that was in vain really. They managed to salvage a draw, but couldn't do any better than that. Bowling wise in the Northern League, Matthew Grindley 5 for 21 for Blackpool against Fleetwood. An all-rounder performance. Although Lancaster lost to Kendal, their pro, Atharva Taidi, he hit 91 and then he took 4 for 65, so that's quite decent. Quite impressed with that. Don't know much about him, but they're quite good pro stats. In the Palace Shield, 2 performances really of note. Stephen Wright for Kirkham and Wesham, he hit 81 in their win over Thornton Clevelys, and Joe Barker of Croston, he took 5 for 36 in their win against Eccleston. So that's a good performance. In the Westmoreland League, I don't have the scorecards from the Arnside or the Heysham games, unfortunately. They got over 200 each. And so there may have been decent batting performances there, but the cards are not on, so I can't record those. Chris Parry at Carnforth was top scorer with 51. Very measured innings, as Ryan Nelson wasn't present. And then bowling-wise, Joe Oliver for Shires Head against Sedgwick. Shires Head had a really good win there. He took 6 for 3. So that's decent from Joe. He's a good bowler there, following on in his father's footsteps and nipping out plenty of wickets. So that's good from them. If we have a look at the tables, we'll have a look at the Northern League. What I'm going to do this week, I'll go down it all, I think, rather than just top and bottom. Longridge 85, Netherfield 81, Blackpool 71, Kendal 68, Morecambe 66. That's quite tight there. Garstang 55, Fulwood 45, St Anne's 44. Finally started to climb the table a bit. Chorley 38, Lancaster 35, Fleetwood 32, and Leyland 25. So that up at the top, it's tight there. Longridge and Netherfield, Blackpool looking to get into it, and then down at the bottom, Leyland. Well, they got 5 points, so they've caught Fleetwood up a bit. So there's still work to do there. Then in the Palace Shield, Vernon Carers, they lost to Penrith, so they're still on 67. Penrith 63, Penwitham 57, Barrow 51, Kirkham 51, Thornton Cleveland 49. So that's quite tight. Great Eccleston 47, Preston won again 45, Eccleston 38, Croston 34. They were my tips to do well at the start, but they've got player availability there. I thought Sam Marsh would be back there. He's not. Fylde 23 and South Shore 16. So up at the top, Vernon's still in pole position, but it's looking like Penrith and Penwitham and maybe Barrow with a spurt there, going to be up there. Down at the bottom, it's looking a bit grim for South Shore, and Fylde are in that next to bottom place as well. It's looking quite poor for them. Westmoreland League, even though the scorecards aren't on, the points are registered. So at the top, we've got Carnforth on 77, Arnside on 74, Westgate on 67, but they've played a game more. Heysham on 67, Millthorpe 65, and Sedbergh School on 64. So it's quite tight there. I mean, the top 5 sides, all within 12 points of each other. That's pretty tight. That's some good games next weekend as well that might have an impact on that. Shireshead 46, Sedgwick 46, Trimple 45, so that's really tight in the middle. Then down at the bottom, Silverdale 29, they're clear though. Bear 15, Burnieside 12, just those 2 rained off games, that's all the points they've got. And Wharton 11. So up at the top, Carnforth and Aging Arnside look to be battling it out a little bit there. And then down at the bottom, Wharton, Burnieside and Bear, it looks like being those who are in it. So that's it for this week. I've looked at the games for next week. There's some good games there. And so we'll update the preview show by Thursday. Thanks for watching, guys.